Please stand. You pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have roll call.
Supervisor Gardner?
Here.
Councilman Klein? Here. Councilman Garvey?
Here.
Councilman Russo? Here.
Rod Boulou, I've rescheduled him.
If I could you please notify the public that I'm videoing the
Okay,
movie
yeah.
again?
Sharon here's videotaping the meeting, so,
The meeting, not the movie, sorry.
okay? Rod Boulou is, I rescheduled him for the April meeting because of so much of what we got going on. The next order of business is Vicki Dickerson. Yeah, come on up front, John, is that?
Hi, I'll just make it quick. I don't know if everybody saw in the paper, my name is Vicki Dickerson, and my passion has been the county home cemetery. And I just wanted to recognize Ed Gardner for all his help. I came to him last, I think May, probably, spring, and said, I sat on things for 3 years and we couldn't get anything done out there, and because it was privately owned. And anyway, Ed was absolutely wonderful. He supported every move. I bugged him a lot. I was in there a lot. He went to the county level and did his job. And Ed and Sean Gilliland and Randy Douglas really fought hard to get this, and they pressed the county attorney to do his job. And I just wanted to publicly thank him for doing a great job, Ed. Took a few people, but we got it done. Yeah. So the first order of business, once all the other permits are done and everything, is the flagpole. The flagpole is going to go up there, so that'll be the first thing we can do. So I just wanted to thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you, Ed.
Yeah. Our next order of business is, I think we'll have Mike Diskin. He's going to give us a little upfront information on how the county is going to help us with our tax things. You know, our town clerk is commission.
For those that don't know me, I'm Mike Diskin, the county treasurer, and been doing this for about 20 years. First time I've had to do something like this, but last week I talked with Claire a little bit, and I realized that the county did have typically the county doesn't have any say in how you collect taxes at your town here. It's strictly up to your town tax collector. We only get involved after it's returned to us in the spring. We then become the tax collector until it's paid or foreclosed on. But about 4 years ago, the state of New York passed some new laws, and one of the laws was a section that allows county treasurers, if the county and the town both agree, to collect taxes on behalf of the town in certain cases. There's two things you can do. You can either collect concurrently and jointly, which is what I'm suggesting to the town here, or you can collect entirely. I certainly never want to collect entirely for the county. That's the first thing in my mind that I said I would never do. But I thought it would be advantageous to some of the towns if we could assist them in some way at some point, never thinking that this may happen someday. And so, well, 4 years ago we passed a resolution, and I'm going to give that to the members of the town board here before I leave, so they have a copy of what the county passed. But the county passed a resolution allowing county treasurer to work in conjunction with the local collector if asked. It requires the town board to also pass a resolution to allow the county treasurer to do that. Once the town board has passed their resolution, and I sent out a copy of a suggested resolution. I worked with the county attorney to come up with the language. Once that's done, Then there's a simple agreement, a written agreement that has to be done between the county and the town. And Mr. Gardner can sign on behalf of the town. Either the county chairman of the board of supervisors or the county manager can sign on behalf of the county. I've already spoken to them. Once if we get a resolution to pass that tonight, we can ask the county attorney to draw up a simple agreement and do that. What that does is allow us to help you with the tax collection this year. It doesn't take away any of your responsibilities. It doesn't take away from you being able to concurrently collect taxes. If and when you have someone here to do that, we'll help them get started and get going, but it does give you a chance to allow you to get caught up and see where you're at, and for us to come in and look at what's here and what isn't here and get you back on your feet doing that. So with that, I made this suggestion the other day, and we've got enough copies, I think, to pass out to everybody here. Basically, all this is first page is the resolution that the county passed back in November 2010 that allows it, that takes care of the county part of it. A similar resolution, if it's passed by the town, will take care of the town's responsibility. And then there's a second page that has the section of the law in New York State is under Real Property Tax Law 578 that allows the county treasurer to jointly and concurrently collect taxes with the local tax collector. So with that, I'll entertain any questions. I haven't really got a plan of how we're gonna do this yet. I need to wait and find out if they're gonna approve it before we go any farther. It's gonna require some work with our information technology, our IT people to get us up and running, to get the town program connected to ours where we can collect. My first thought is we probably will collect over at the county to get you back on your feet, but I also want to offer the ability to maybe come over here 1 or 2 days or maybe 1 day a week to help out with your records here and get you caught up on what was collected prior to us showing up here. So with that, we're here to help you. I'm here to help you. We're here, as representing the county, we're here to help you. And we'll do whatever you ask us to do, and we'll try to get you back on your feet. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them for you.
I believe you answered the question I was gonna have, if you're gonna have a person physically here.
Well, I don't know that for sure. We need to talk about it and see if it's something you feel. I think what can happen is once if and when you appoint someone temporarily to fill in, that person can also be the tax collector here, so you will have a physical presence. I think that person will need some training if they're appointed, and we can help them with that and get them going and work with them. But and it's not a difficult program to work. It's fairly simple to do. It's a great program. It's a very basic program. It's pretty easy to learn. It doesn't take a person very long to learn it. And you will have a physical presence here by your own employee.
Right.
If it means coming over once in a while to help out or to answer questions, we're there to answer your questions. Our IT department is there to help you out at a minute's notice. If it needs being over here, we'll come over. But I think once you get it up and running and we get your people trained over here, your person trained over here, you will have a physical presence here anyway, without us being here. And we may be able to kind of step back at that point, but we'll be in the background for anything you need.
Appreciate it.
You want us to?
Well, if you want to act on it now, if not, we can wait and do it later.
This is a resolution authorizing the Essex County Treasurer's Office to collect property taxes jointly and concurrently with the Town of Essex tax collector, as allowed under the RPTL Section 578, and to enter into an appropriate contract with the municipalities, which would allow them to work with us back and forth, you know.
I would say that it's necessary.
Yeah, this would be a 1-year agreement.
It's a permanent agreement, but we don't have to do it every year unless you ask us to. It becomes permanent unless you revoke it. Obviously, if you rescind it later on, it's only for the year.
Right.
But if you pass it, it's there until it's either rescinded, or if you happen to need to invoke it again, it's there to use.
I don't see any downside to it.
No, I don't.
No, and we certainly, believe me, we don't wanna be your tax collector. I don't wanna come over here on a permanent basis. We have enough to do in our office. And if it ever came to that, I would probably ask the county to rescind our property. We're just trying to help you out this year, so believe me, I'm not here looking to take over town tax collection for anybody, any town, whether it's Essex or any other town in the county. We don't have the ability to do that right now, and that's not what we're here. We're just trying to help you. By doing this, we're gonna be able to get you over this hump for a while.
Is there any other discussion on this, on the resolution? Need a second, or?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Use a roll call vote?
Supervisor Gardner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fine,
Yes.
Councilperson Garvey,
Yes.
Councilman Lisbon.
Yes.
Mike, how do you wanna handle this?
I'm gonna call I'm not gonna be in my office tomorrow, and I'm gonna be gone next week, but I'm gonna call my office in the morning, and they'll be in touch. They'll get a hold of the county attorney, and he'll be in touch with you,
Okay,
okay?
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, I told him I'd call him, give him the results of what happened here tonight, and we'll take it from there, and they'll be in touch with you. We really can't actually start doing it until that written agreement is signed.
right,
It has to be a signed
We'll get that
document, a
taken
place
care
where we
of.
can do it, but hopefully it'll only take a couple days.
It probably, if we can get it done by next week.
Oh, yeah, yeah, my office is fully aware of what they need to do.
Just for the public information here, Billy, appointed my wife Patty down here as his deputy
Okay,
for the, town clerk, so, she's been duly sworn in, and I think she's got plenty of secretarial experience and bookkeeping experience. I think she'll do a great job for us. So just to let you know.
You'll keep her in line.
Oh, yeah. Is there,
Sorry, Pat.
right now, is there any other public people that would like to speak? I'll give the floor up to,
So to whom will we make the checks out to?
still. the
you're gonna
check-
do it the same way you always did, you're gonna make it out of town of Essex?
No, we make it out to William Morgan right now.
Well, I would make it out in the words of tax collector, town of Essex.
Then the documents have to be changed because the tax bills say to make them out to William Morgan.
Well, as of right now, he still is the town clerk, you know, there's nothing, nothing we can do about that. The only way that will change is later on if he resigned, if he wanted to resign, or if he, is convicted of a felony. And, until that point, there is nothing that we can do.
I'm not sure what document you're talking about that says they have to make it out to him. There's nothing on there.
The assessment bill that we get says to make our checks out to William Morgan Town,
Tax
Tax
So that's true.
You'll say
the
that on
name
the-
is there.
His
And
name
so
is
all
still
checks
on
are
the
made
account.
out to him.
Can you still take care of that if it's that way or not?
Absolutely, I don't see why we couldn't. Patty could sign, just sign it as tax collector, as deputy tax
Right.
collector.
Will they just go for deposit then?
I don't really see that
I
as
mean,
a
there's
problem
no-
around it.
There's no.
You know, I would
signature
suggest
on the
if
check.
anybody does call, just have them make it out to
Just
tax
deposit
collector.
Right.
It's much simpler if you just make it out to tax collector, but if someone sends it in that way, that's fine. It's on there, but I don't think it's a requirement that you make it out that way.
Well, yes, it is. It says to make the checks out. to
I know,
that
but it
individual.
says that, but I don't think there's an absolute law that says that.
Yeah,
I mean, we get checks all the time, yeah, most checks come just to tax collector, I've seen them in other towns, they're just written to tax collector.
I made mine out to the town of Essex.
Well, actually, when the check is received, Billy did not sign the checks. He used a stamp that said for deposit only with the tax collector's number of that account. on it. I mean, he didn't physically sign his name. If that's any help, I don't know.
Joe, would you like to speak on that matter, or?
No.
Olive,
I had some.
could you please stand up?
I had some concerns and questions through the website from people who paid their taxes in January that have not received receipts, and that they wanted to make sure their taxes were shown as paid during the month of January.
I might be able to address that. Are you talking about the county website? The county's tax search? Do you have your own website for the town of
I
Essex?
have my own.
No, I mean, do you have a
Not the
website?
town.
Do you have does the town of Essex have a website that shows taxes being paid?
No,
So what website are you referring to?
I still maintain the old website that is no longer the official one. And there's a contact form that people can fill in and ask questions.
Okay.
And so
The
like,
questions came through on that. They had paid their taxes in January. And they have not received their receipt. And actually, I paid mine the first week of January, and I've still gotten no receipt.
So have us.
We haven't even.
So there's a backlog that is going to have to be gone through.
Okay. But getting back to the website, I'm not sure what you're referring to, what website you're referring to, that says, it shows it's paid, that it's paid.
It doesn't, no. The resident wants to make certain
Oh, okay, because
that
you were,
they are noted as having paid it during the month of January.
and I think we're gonna be able to help them clear that up once we get all the paperwork done and the agreements are signed. That's one of the things I said, we'll come over and go back and look at what's been done. If there hasn't been receipts generated, we'll help Patty get receipts regenerated and sent out. It's gonna take a few days, or a week or two. But when you mentioned website, that's why I thought you talked about a specific website, because if you're talking about the county's website that has taxes on it, that's not ever gonna show up until May when we get
Right.
everything back.
Right.
But once we get the paperwork and the agreement signed where we actually legally can come over and do something, we'll work with Patty to find out what's been done, what isn't, what receipts are out there,
Okay.
which ones aren't, and if they haven't been out, we'll get them out as quick as we can, and they'll be dated. There's a mechanism on the tax collection program to note the date it was paid,
Okay.
regardless of whether it's February 26th when we finally get to it. If it was paid on the 3rd of January, the receipt's gonna note it was paid on the 3rd of January.
Great, that's
Okay.
what they wanted to know.
Yeah, and if you haven't gotten receipts, we'll do them as quick as we can.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on. We got a check from Vanderhorst, donation to securing the bench down, that bench down here. And we was just wondering how you wanted to handle that.
Excuse me, Mr. Gardner?
Yeah,
I'm sitting in the front row and I could barely make out what you were saying.
well, it's all right, I ain't gonna scream. You can, maybe you need a hearing device or something, I don't, you know.
No,
I'm hoarse a little bit anyways, being sick, so. Like, what, I'm speaking at the board here anyways, for this.
That's pertaining to this letter, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that $500 would probably be more than enough to pay for a slab before you out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
We just wanted to discuss it.
The only question I had was, do we want it installed permanently, because they usually take the benches in the winter time. What is that bench made of?
Minor.
Yeah, I think it's
Heavy.
It's heavy. I've sat on it once. I don't think the elements would affect that much. would it?
Oh, okay, I don't know, I guess I never examined it.
The Vanderhorst family donated the money.
Well, was it ever agreed that they would be a permanent fixture, or?
I have no idea.
I mean, I remember they donated the bench, but I don't ever remember anything attached to say it was a permanent, you know, thing.
No, they said they wanted it out there, but I don't remember anything about, you know, I don't know how would you.
You put bolts in the concrete and bolt it down,
Yeah,
that would be the, but even then, you could unbolt it, and remove it for the
Yeah.
winter if you. wouldn't
I
be-
think that was what we were looking at, was maybe putting some sort of a square thing down, replate, and then bolting it down, but I had it so you could take it in.
the thing is,
Yeah,
if you
But
put it,
it's something we can,
if you put it right up front, which is where they wanted it, you're gonna have to move that shrubbery.
Right.
Because if you have the shrubbery there, you're not gonna be able to get on the bench. Brad, do you have any ideas on that?
Like you said, you're gonna have to take the shrubs out. Bring a pour pad, anchor it to it. It can be done.
Oh, yeah, it can be done, I'm just wondering, you know.
It's, like you said, you're gonna lose all the shrubbery up there. But unless we can put it some other place,
Well, I think the request was to have it there.
out front.
If you want, we'll look at it a little better and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, we got time, we'll go out there,
Right,
take a
but I
look,
mean, you're not gonna put it in.
No, we're not gonna do
Right.
it this winter, that's for sure.
in the spring, we'll take a look and see
Yeah.
just what would look appropriate, why don't we do that?
Okay, that's what we'll do. Next item is Tina needs some sensors up to the, maybe she can explain it more.
They're, oxygen sensors for my buildings that let me know if there's hazardous conditions in the buildings. And all three of them are gone now, so, cause I have two in that building and one down here. That's why I have the flashing light out on my building. And I did get, an account opened with an, internet site that will send the part and then give you 30 days to pay it. And it was $450, they just dropped it down to $320 for one. And like I said, I need three. And through the regular company that put them in, their price went up to $600 now for one. So, but I have that account all set up now. They called me today, it was approved, and they will send the part and then give you the bill and you have 30 days to pay it.
This would be a safety issue, and
Yes,
it's whether or not it's safe to you to go in there if the oxygen levels are
yep.
good. I would say we have no choice.
Right.
That we'd have to go
That's the
with
same,
this.
you know, but like I said, when Tina, when we first started, they were like $600, and now they're the same exact oxygen sensor, right?
Yep.
Okay,
It's identical to what you're replacing, what's in there?
Yep.
so I don't think there's much question
I don't either.
to have
So
it.
why don't they work anymore, Tina?
Because they only have a certain lifetime. It's not the whole unit, you have a sensor that plugs in.
So it's a part.
Yeah.
So it's something that goes fairly regularly?
It's been in there since startup in 2011, so they just went this, past fall, two of them did. And then the other one just went the other day.
Oh.
They usually have a year manufacturer warranty on them. Well, they've lasted, like I said, since 2011, so.
I was wondering, what the warranty was, but. I mean, yeah,
Not that long.
well, three of them, replacement every 3-4 years, it's
Yeah.
fairly good amount of money.
Oh, I know.
But, like Brian says, it's kind of a safety issue, and we don't have much of a choice.
And then the price, like she said, they're on sale right now at that price. Doesn't mean like a week from now,
Right.
I go back
I
to.
think we better get them.
I do too.
Okay. don't think we need a motion on it.
Give me a selfie with you.
Right, maintenance and safety issue.
Yeah.
Got any money in your checkbook?
Pay your taxes. I need a resolution for handicap parking in front of, along the site of the community church down here on the state road. It requires a state permit. And so what we gotta do is pass a resolution, then send that in to Mark Bontrey, at the DOT. And then they'll take care of the rest of it and get signs and everything else up down here for handicap parking alongside of the church,
It's
on this side of 22, towards the church, right here at the community church.
right, so
Yeah.
it's basically going east and west or
No,
north and
this-
south?
North and south.
North and
Just
south.
the way they park there now.
Okay, I
They
didn't-
want it designated as, handicap parking,
Right across from the pink pig.
so,
Right, is there
and they want a
enough room?
sign put up,
There's enough
so,
room and everything?
yeah. And what they want is a couple signs there, and whenever you put a sign up in the state right away, you gotta go through the permit process. Okay?
Okay.
Need a motion on that?
No, I'll move it.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? Okay, roll call vote,
Supervisor Gardner,
yes.
Councilwoman Lapine,
Yes.
Councilman Garvey,
Yes.
Councilman Weasley.
Yes.
We have, Craig Jackson and his family come up and they do a lot of shoveling around the town hall, sidewalks, and all over here. And, they did it when Claire was in there, and she thought we should have a resolution of appreciation for what his family does around here. I know when they raked the leaves this last fall, they did a lot of it here too. And they do it all for nothing, volunteer, so.
Yeah, I was very happy to see Craig go by with his snowblower. He did a good job.
So.
And I don't know, I just think it's important to say thank you to people. So I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nymer, would like to have us, our insurance company, would like to have us do a resolution to establish a new, safety committee. And so, I put that in here to, start, to get it together with the union, and they probably got one, but they want it updated, not even about our insurance company. And so, what they would like was a resolution saying that we were gonna do it.
So this is for the whole town or?
Yeah, for the highway,
Everything?
yeah, just to have a safety committee to go through and,
Right, and I think the highway has a safety officer.
right. What they want is a combination of the safety officer, say, a couple of us, just to go through or whatever. It's not a big, they just wanted a resolution on it. I think there's a sample, I don't know if it's in your bag. They sent us a list of everything that they want, how to do it, what to check for, and everything else, from safety, from fire to any kind of an accident, to prevent it. I know like right now, like with Brad and I've been working on it, since last year, Brad? We do, I print out toolbox talks for him, different things that we work on with the safety with the highwaymen over there. Here we had to do different diagrams and everything else, escape routes and everything else for OSHA. But it's all intertwined in that sense. But what they're looking for is just a resolution to establish it, or reestablish it. Safety Committee.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
How are we gonna pick the committee members? Will be department heads or?
Yeah, well, I think Donnie's the one over there, right?
Yep.
And probably be Bradley. One councilman for here, whoever.
I go Brad.
I'll do.
Okay, then.
I have no problem.
Brian, Bradley, and Donald.
I'm confused. Is this a safety committee? Are these protocols for, like, escape for the town hall? Are these protocols for the village? What
No,
is,
just for the
I'm
town,
not quite,
just for the town hall.
I'm
and
not
then-
understanding.
See, because our insurance company doesn't cover,
So there's safety
you know,
protocols
like your
for
house or
the
everything else,
building.
it's just
Okay,
the buildings. It's through NYMER,
okay,
New York Municipal Insurance.
okay,
They require that you have,
Oh,
just like
yeah.
OSHA.
okay.
OSHA comes in and they say, okay, you've gotta have this. They want safety committees too, you know. The toolbox talks, like I said, we print them off, we go online, print them off. Bradley gets his men together for say 5-10 minutes once a week. Reads a different one. That's what it is. So, and that's basically what this is. Just a committee to go around and Brian, and Donald and Bradley will walk around to say, okay, well, there's a safety hazard or something. Within the buildings on, the town of Essex property.
Okay.
Okay? We get, we vote down. Yeah, okay. Resolution for signatories, that's for you, right? Yeah, we got a list of things that we've got to register for. and
No,
that's
it's not on yours, cause just,
Here. There's about 3 things here. That's what, when Joe said that the
Right.
those are we have to
We're
appoint.
gonna lose it, okay.
Just, can you read that line?
resolution so I can sign the bank account.
Do you need 3 different resolutions?
Yep.
Okay, read the first one.
Okay. Second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution of register appointment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Appointment of the town board of deputy clerk register.
That's,
That
this
would
one's
be-
for Dottie.
That's for Dottie, but, yeah. She was appointed by the board.
She was appointed by the board for clerk, but not the registrar. So
Right.
she has to be
I'll
done
move
over
that.
again.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next one is a resolution to move money $1,000 from 35,101.017 animal control PS personal service to 35,104.01 animal control CE
Contract.
contractual to cover the cost of shared service dog control officer with Wolfsville.
Have we gotten any bills for that at this point?
What we're doing, we pay Tony.
Yeah, I know.
We have up here, across, well, you know where Jim used to live, Margaret?
Mhm.
Okay, across the road. And John leases apart, well, one of his houses. I think they've been there 3 times. And, I think that what we gotta do, we gotta get ahold of Tony and tell him next time. Just give him a citation, have him come in to court. And start
Absolutely.
paying. this is to move that money down out of, animal control for personal services, and then into the contractual. It's within the thing, so.
Right.
I'll move it.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote,
Supervisor Gardner,
yes?
Councilperson LeBlanc,
Yes.
Councilperson Garvey,
Yes.
Councilperson Weasley.
Yes.
On the town clerk's report, I don't know how, right now, I know it's on there, we just have to table that, because the FBI took a lot of that stuff. from there. So, that part of it, we'll get it straightened out. You know. But, they're supposed to, it's not much longer, they're gonna be sending back to computer and everything else. We talked to investigator Wolf, Agent Wolf, and he said that it's in Virginia, and it'll be, he just had to get the paperwork to us to sign, and then it'll come back, that stuff will. As far as that, like I said, we'll have to table that report. I don't know how else you do it, you know.
Don't have the information.
No, we don't, and we're not gonna get, you know, not like we're gonna go down there and steal it.
No.
That'd be a pretty picture.
The supervisor's report?
This report may be difficult to make up in the next meeting.
No, that, not in the next,
I just wondered what the,
no, that's made up.
I'll move as presented.
I'll second.
Roll call vote,
Supervisor Gardner,
yes?
Councilperson LeBlanc,
Yes.
Councilperson Garvey,
yes.
Councilperson Weasley.
Yes.
The supervisor's county report. One thing I think that people are really interested in is the wastewater, or up here, the stormwater that's gonna be put in, the pipes and that. To date, the bid is gonna be, awarded to Sheehan's, the same people that did the sewer project. It should start, we gotta do another resolution at the county, and then, the county attorney will have to draw up that agreement with the county and Sheehan's. It's, should start, they wanna start it by the end of March and have it done by the 1st of June. That's what they're looking at. So that won't bother with the summer crowd and stuff like that, people, tourists and everything else coming in. I was talking with Chris Garrell, we are gonna have a meeting here in the town hall. Chris is gonna be there, Bradley, myself, and the contractor. And when it is, we will notify people about it. If you have a question, please be figuring on writing it down or something, you know, instead of, this is an informational thing. And we'll see if we can get your questions answered on it a little more than what, you know. That's about as much as I know on it myself right now. Only that the bid went up a lot in money as far as what that goes. Went from 300 some odd thousand to 400 and almost 450,000. So, but
Did they
their money-
re-engineer where that pipeline was gonna go?
they didn't. Jim Dugan and them drew it up. I haven't seen the exact plans on it because they didn't know. You know, I think that with Sheehan, they're going to look at where the sewer lines are and everything else and try to get, you know, around them, as far as I know.
I just know there's a problem with ledge, that was the issue in Watson.
Right. But the pipe's gonna be a lot smaller, I do know that. If you go up by the water tower, that big pipe, almost all of it is gone. They've taken that back, so. And the pipe that's gonna be laid in the ground is gonna be a lot smaller, it'll make a lot less of a mess, I think. And, hopefully it'll handle all the storm water that comes off the hills and everything else here. Make this a lot better. That's all I have on that. We'll just move on here to the highway superintendent's report. Bradley, I was just gonna add, you've got your new fuel tank in and working?
New fuel tanks in, stuff is working, running. I had it partially filled last week. We built a catwalk around it with some metal stairs so they could get up and fill it, we can get up and turn the pump on.
Mhm.
We insulated all the heat pipes in the shop to see if we can save some money. There's never been new insulation on them. So, we should be able to save some money here. We plowed a lot of snow this month. We had some crappy roads. A lot of things I didn't see my house much.
Okay, moving along, wastewater operator report. You know, I mean, other than the sensors and that, I think everything is,
Yep. I met with the guy from the
Right, you
septic
can-
receiving station. That went well.
right. Tina and Ronnie, and met with a guy, we set it up, Tina, and we've been looking at these machines that will take in septic waste. And this is one way that we think that maybe we can make a little money to help offset some of the costs to the district, the sewer district. If we can take that in and see what what we gotta do is figure out what our costs are and how much the payback is before we get into it too far. But we are gonna be looking at machines like that. They want us to go out to Buffalo, right?
Yes, they were supposed to have a pilot going on in there in spring or summer. He said he would let me know
Right.
exactly when it starts.
And there's one machine down in a different company,
Lake George, it's
Lake George.
Lakeside Equipment.
so we'll be taking a look at these. Also working on, if we decided we want it, Mike Masserenas out to the county said that he would help us get grants or whatever to help supplement the pay of getting the machine in to do this. And also, we've gotta go back and see how much we can put through. This is not, you don't just set the machine up and put it into our plant, cause it'll kill all the bugs that are in there that are taking care of our.
Yeah, you'll have to slowly feed it in.
Mhm.
And there'll probably be extra cost in like lab, sending effluent to the lab and what you're actually getting in, how potent it is, strong it is, and there'll be more lab cost and things of that nature. It takes out the one that I seen takes out 65% of solid, so we would be bringing that to the transfer site to, get rid of costs there.
Like I say, when we get all down and ready, we'll make sure that our costs and our paybacks are gonna be worth it.
Right,
And then that's where the whole thing is gonna come down on that. But they are, things that I've read on, there's quite a few communities that were faced with the same thing as we are, cost of a sewer plant and operation. And they didn't have the people. So this is something that they turned to, and it seems to be working for them. I'm not, that's a salesman telling you something. It's not, so we'll have to check it out, and the thing is to get it checked out, see if it will work for us. If it does, well, all well and good, then. But, we're not gonna jump, out into the middle of the ocean without a life preserver in it. So, anyways, I just wanted to let you know on that report there, that that's something that we are looking at. Move on to the water superintendent's report. I think you've got it there.
Yes.
We did the annual test on it, come back the same way with the little bugs there from the chlorine that are in it. That's why we're trying to drill wells. We are at a point right now where we're ready to sign a quick agreement with Hickory Hill up here, the close Mallet family, and to allow us to drill up on School Street. They've done the initial test, the hydrologist has. He's come up with a couple places that we could drill. We're gonna try one more. Then I think that we're gonna do something different then. The EPA has basically told us at our last water meeting that there was no way that they were gonna allow us to go to the lake. And so, we're gonna keep looking for water. I don't know if it's gonna be in this town or another town, but we're gonna look and see what options are. Code enforcement officer, I think you got it. Report. I think you got the.
They got the assessor, yeah.
If you wanna go back and, you wanna do all those at once, or if you've looked at them. They've been in
reports?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
Do them all at once,
Yeah, I looked at them, I read them.
right, now, they've been in your, I know you picked them up, but,
No, I read.
and, next one is the assessor's report.
We got these. Okay.
And next one after that, the planning board. That's the minutes of January, I don't know why, usually she didn't put in.
I didn't read them yet.
We've already done our public comment. I'd like to have a motion to accept all those reports.
Can I ask something? Just about the ZBA, I didn't know, you acknowledged that Dorothy Bliss had resigned and that there's a position.
Well, we were talking with her to try to get her to stay on.
Oh, okay, cause last night we met and we accepted her resignation, I
Okay.
guess.
Wow.
Even though I think the town board had
I
to do
didn't
that.
have a report on it here.
Okay.
So,
So but as far as we knew last
right,
night, she
I
had.
know we're looking for one.
Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was gonna be.
As a matter of
advertised.
fact, there's an ad in the paper coming out tomorrow.
Actually, I got
It's
done
actually
today.
today.
so-
And I will just add that, Kevin Delauder's our new chair, he's great, I'm just making a
Right.
plug for the ZBA, and Also, if anybody tells you we don't meet very often, that's wrong. We have been meeting quite frequently, so it's just, you know, a good group of people. So
Yeah.
I encourage anybody to
I know,
apply.
I was talking with, Frank Walls, I got him on there last year, and he jumped me, he said, I thought you told me we only met once every 2 years.
We're already on
And so,
the
I asked him, I said, you wanna trade jobs in? And he said, no.
I think I got the same thing when I first came on board.
But anyway, yeah, we are looking for one, there is an ad in the paper, we'll take, you know, whatever. Look them over. I think the ad is also for, transfer site, that have another, cause, you know, you never know on that. I mean, we got Zach and everything, he's, you know, but the thing is to, you know, to have a couple in the hall and to wait. So, okay? I'd like to,
We
go
have a
into,
motion by Mark.
what's that?
We have a motion by Mark.
Oh, okay,
What was the motion?
for to accept all these
No,
reports.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to go into executive session to discuss personnel. I'd get a motion to, that won't take long.
I'll move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
What was the purpose of the executive session?
What's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what.
Personnel.
Okay.
Time is,
7:56.
7:56. Okay?
Do they go or do we go?
Still, I mean, I can't get it to stop.
Okay, all those separately, all those separate.
I know.